Good evening. My name is Fleet White, and I live at 4350 Comanche Drive in Boulder. My wife, Priscilla, and I have lived in Boulder since 1994. On Christmas Day, 1996, John and Patsy Ramsey and their children, Burke and John Bonet, were dinner guests at our home. The next day, we were present at the Ramsey home when John Bonet's body was found. Priscilla and I and our children instantly became witnesses in the Boulder police investigation of John Bonet's death. We eventually became publicly critical of then Boulder District Attorney Alex Hunter's handling of that investigation. And in 1998 and 1999, we cooperated with prosecutors and gave sworn testimony to the Boulder grand jury. As was publicly revealed last fall, the Ramseys were indicted on felony charges related to John Bonet's death. The indictments, however, were not presented in open court in accordance with Colorado law. Instead, at the conclusion of the grand jury in October 1999, District Attorney Hunter, along with numerous Boulder and Colorado law enforcement and government officials who were privy to the grand jury proceedings, chose to keep the indictments secret and then make public pronouncements that were designed to mislead the public to conclude the grand jury had failed to indict. On February 25, 2000, only 4 months following Mr. Hunter's public deceptions regarding the grand jury proceedings, he conspired with the Boulder Daily Camera to take the extraordinary step of publishing a front-page headline story of an unidentified woman from California who had come forward with claims that, quote, if true, could mean the Ramsey case is tangled in sexual abuse and involves more people than originally thought, end quote. The woman was soon publicly identified as Nancy Krebs. The Daily Camera story triggered widespread speculation that I was involved in John Bonet's death and had committed crimes spanning decades involving child abuse, pedophilia, and child pornography. Prodded by Mr. Hunter and the Daily Camera, the Boulder police conducted a wasteful 11-week investigation of Ms. Krebs' false claims and allegations that concluded with a May 15, 2000 city press release that states the investigation had found no evidence to support Ms. Krebs' beliefs that John Bonet had been murdered by a, quote, sex ring, end quote. Otherwise, the city offered the public no information regarding the investigation of the woman's veracity and did nothing to dispel speculation caused by the Daily Camera article regarding alleged crimes unrelated to John Bonet's death by members of our family. The defamation spawned by Mr. Hunter and the Daily Camera in 2000 was then and continues to be devastating to our family. We have absolutely no doubt the Daily Camera and Mr. Hunter exploited Ms. Krebs and published the article with the intent of casting suspicion on our family in relation to John Bonet's death, destroying our reputations and credibility as police and prosecution witnesses in the investigation and grand jury proceedings, and silencing us as critics of Mr. Hunter.
Your time is up.
Thank you. My better half's going to have some additional comments.
Thank you. Priscilla White?
My name is Priscilla White. I live at 4350 Comanche Drive in Boulder. I am married to Fleet White, who spoke previously on this same matter. In 2002, as some of you may recall, we asked the city for police records regarding the 2000 investigation of Ms. Krebs' claims. That request was denied, and we brought an action in district court under the Colorado Criminal Justice Records Act. Following a hearing, the court released 285 pages of transcriptions of the women's police interviews detailing her absurd and false accusations of sexual abuse by members of our family that had been the basis for the 2000 Daily Camera publications. The court, however, did not release any records concerning the investigations of Ms. Krebs' fabrications. In 2011, we again asked the city for the investigative file. That request was denied. On February 19th of this year, following the revelations concerning the Ramsey indictments, we once again asked the city to inspect and copy the police files regarding the Krebs investigation that was concluded nearly 14 years ago. Once again, the city has refused. Yesterday, we received an email from the Boulder City Attorney threatening that if we ask the district court for an order requiring the city to show cause for its refusal, the city will consider such application to be, quote, frivolous, groundless, and vexatious, end quote, and seek sanctions against us from the court. We have nonetheless filed with the court a complaint, an application for order to show cause, and we have faith that the Boulder District Court will ignore any such claim by the city and issue an order for the city to show cause for its refusal to allow public access to the Krebs investigation records. To be clear, we seek investigative records from the city that may provide our family vindication from Ms. Krebs' false claims and accusations as detailed in the interview transcriptions publicly released by the court in 2002. We also seek a measure of transparency regarding the motives and actions of those who engaged in or abetted attempts to destroy our family simply because we posed a threat to their interests in relation to the JonBenet Ramsey homicide investigation. 20 years ago, we picked Boulder as a place to raise our young family, and over the years, this community has given us a mixture of blessings and burdens. Among the burdens has been our experience as Boulder police witnesses in the JonBenet Ramsey homicide investigation. Cooperating with law enforcement officers by telling everything you know or don't know about the commission of a crime is something that all citizens should be prepared to do. That is what our family did when we did so without any expectations other than to hope that whoever was responsible for JonBenet's death would be brought to justice. Instead, it was our family who were publicly branded as murderers, torturers of young children, pedophiles, and perjurers. We ask that this council apprise itself of the facts and issues underlying this matter and, after consideration, cause the public release of criminal justice records as we requested.
Thank you. Vivian Palmer, Chris Middledorf, and